Hi, I'm Rebecca Rasmussen, and I'm here to introduce the International Order of Job's Daughters, which is a not-for-profit organization from girls ages 10 to 20 with a relation to a Master Mason. The history behind it was founded by Miss Ethel T. Weed Mick in Omaha, Nebraska, October 20th, 1920. So the anniversary was actually yesterday. It is based on the book of Job in the Bible, specifically his three daughters, Jemima, Keziah, and Karen Heppick, each of these symbolizing different things in our order. She founded this with her husband, Dr. William Mick, different Freemasons and Eastern Star alike. It was originally called the Order of Job's Daughters, but in 1931 they changed the name because there was a Bethel created in Vancouver, Canada, which all of this information is available at www.jdiva.org. The description of some of the names that we use, such as Bethel, which is the individual chapter in a region. There's also the grand level, which is for a specific state or territory, and the supreme level, which covers the international realm. There are a lot of stations in Job's Daughters, specifically the elected and the appointed. The elected positions are the honored queen, which is the highest position that can be held, and each time it's for a term of 6 months. I was actually elected by the group that I was in for 3 times, not in a row, but for a year and a half. After the honored queen comes the senior and junior princesses and the guide and marshal. After these elected positions, or rather before these elected positions, there are lots of stations such as the senior and junior custodian, recorder, librarian, chaplain, treasurer. There are 5 messengers that each relate the story of Job in the initiation ceremonies, or when we bring in a new member. There's also the inner and outer guard, a musician, and a Bethel choir. Now, depending on how many girls are in the Bethel, not all positions may be filled. Usually just the key positions like the elected officials, the recorder, the chaplain, and the treasurer, and some of the messengers will be present. There are also Bethel guardians, which are adults that assist the girls in their different tasks. There are there's the Bethel guardian, then there's a director of epics who will look over the ritual and help girls when they're reciting their memorized parts. And there's also levels of the stations and the Bethel guardians, just like there are with the Bethel groups. There are grand honored queens for the state. There isn't a supreme honored queen, however, there is a Miss Virginia, Job's Daughter, as well as other jurisdictionals, and there is a Miss Supreme, Job's Daughters. Those are selected at our annual pageants, where girls will compete with their knowledge on the ritual, their interview skills, and also their public speaking skills. So it's really beneficial to the girls. I actually competed and was selected as Miss Congeniality in 2007 to 2008. So I didn't get Miss Job's Daughters, but I was selected by my peers. Some of the benefits of being in the group is obviously gaining responsibility. The girls are the ones who run the meetings. They're the ones who decide on the fundraisers. They're also the ones who are responsible for knowing their parts and their role in the meetings. Public speaking is also something that is very important in Job's Daughters, and it definitely helped me with my skills growing up because you're forced to speak in front of your peers and adults. Team building skills are also emphasized because you have to work with your Bethel and with the adults in order to get anything done. And also not just your Bethel, but other Bethels and Bethels in the state. There's also a sense of leadership that girls benefit from who are in the organization, especially girls who go through our line or the elected officials. There's also a sense of community that girls get when they're in the organization, as they're required to have the fundraisers for their communities. And there's also the annual fundraiser, HIKE, which stands for Hearing Impaired Kids Endowment. And that's actually being held this weekend at the Virginia Beach Boardwalk. We do that every year, and the money is raised to support children either with hearing aids or with things that their parents can't afford for them. So in conclusion, the International Order of Job's Daughters isn't necessarily well known. However, it's been around almost as long as the Girl Scouts. The organization is open to many religions. However, you do have to have a relation to a Master Mason, and it provides many young girls with opportunities for bettering themselves that they may not have, in sports or school-related activities. Thank you for listening.